Hello my beautiful people, welcome to your first ever set of numerology videos with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. As many of you know, I do weekly tarot readings, monthly tarot readings. I also do a numerology live stream each month as well to set you up for the month ahead. Many of you know me from the Life Path series that I put out, which I cannot thank you all enough. Like I'm still actually completely blown away at how popular it's been, how many view counts they have. It's still really strange to me because when I was doing it, I was just doing it as a labor of love. And I've learned so much more since then as well. So don't forget, if you haven't seen it, there is a video that will show you how to calculate your life path number. That will be floating around up here somewhere. There's also a video to help you calculate your personal year number, which is a very important vibration for you to know. So there's also a video for you to find out how to do that as well. Be sure to check those out so that you can really get into these videos and use this information for the best for your, your path ahead for the month. So with that said, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are a continued subby of mine, you know I absolutely love you, and thank you so much for being a part of the Radiant Reality community. So we get into it. August 2021 is a universal 4-month, right? So some of you are probably like, if you know numerology at least a little bit, some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, here we go. For all of you, you will probably remember, for those of you that have been with me long enough, you will remember the numerology video that I put out at the start of 2020, which was a true 4-year. Lots of people postulate it being a 22. It wasn't a 22 year. I can assure you it was a 4-year. I'm not going to debate that. That's the way that I experience it. That's the way that I feel it was with what I know of numerology. So we're going to get straight into it. So what is 4? I got my trusty notes here. Always got notes. You guys know me by now. So 4 is a slow energy. It's slow, grounded, and determined. It's a number of structure. It's a number of order. And so this month really asks us all to be, or invites us all to work inside the parameters of what we know, of what we understand, what we can do really well. 4 is grounded and practical, and it's structured. This is the order, the energy of order. 4 is all about the manifest world. It's about the tangible, the physical, it's about the material. It's a very slow moving energy. So this month, I mean, which, you know, considering it's Leo season, isn't necessarily a bad thing. One of the things that I really like about this actually is it will allow us to enjoy the summer. It will allow us to just really experience the best of what we can. Providing we don't swim against the tide or try to fight the energy. That's the thing with 4 energy. If you try to force something, it will push back. And as we've already all seen, right, the universal energy is bigger than we are. Now, that being said, I've got here, this can be an amazing month to see results, but can also be a month that requires you to stand firm on what you have promised to deliver. So this is kind of the long and short of it, right? The number 4 is very linked to the energy of integrity, honesty. So whatever you promise you're going to do this month, you're going to have to show up for it. This is why in the month of August, you want to under promise and over deliver. If you do it the other way around, you will be held accountable. 4 and 6 energy tend to be very much like that. Like, you can't get away with throwing a comment out, oh yeah, you know, I'll totally be there and I'll do that. Like, it will hold you accountable. So if you say you're going to do something, be prepared to show up in that way. If you do show up in the way that you say you're going to, the rewards and the blessings can be absolutely wonderful, which is great. Now, 4 energy, I've got to be really honest with you, it doesn't fuck around. So like I said, you've got to be in your integrity, you've got to stand tall, you've got to be honest, you've got to be open about what is possible, what you're prepared to do, what you're prepared to give, and you need to follow through on that. What I will say as well, you've got to come up with the goods, right? If you're planning to do something this month, a solid plan, being organized, those things are going to be paramount for you this month if you really want to get ahead. One of the things that I will say about this energy as well, you got to come up with the goods. If you're planning to cut corners, if you're planning to try to pull the wool over somebody's eyes, or, you know, wing it here and there, it will catch you. And trust me, when 4 energy catches you out, it's usually quite public. So, or at least for you know, for somebody to witness. So if you don't want that experience, you'll have to forgive me, I'm currently melting. It's so hot here in the UK. But hey, I ain't complaining. We got sunshine. It's good, right? But it will catch you out. So what I've said to everybody is, grab yourself by the boobs or grab yourself by the balls and get on with it. You've got to dig in, you've got to dig deep, and you've got to be prepared to work. That is what this month is asking you to do. It's a powerful energy for getting ahead, absolutely. It can be a month where you can build a very solid foundation for whatever dreams, goals, hopes, wishes you have going forward. So the energy of the number 4, if you've been with me long enough, you'll know I will have said this to you. It can literally be a box where you, like, that holds you prisoner or holds you captive, and it's usually a box of your own making, or it can be a step or a platform to get you to where you want to be next, right? So use that to your best advantage. Now that you have that information, plan accordingly. What the characteristics of this energy are direct, focused, and linear. When you think about a square, it's, you know, it's lines, right? It's straight lines. It is clear. It's defined. It doesn't have, you know, there's nothing wishy-washy. 4 energy is you are either in or you are out. There's no room for, there's room for negotiation based on plans. Absolutely. Based on organization, yes, absolutely. But if you're hoping to wing it, you know, just chuck it in there and see how it goes, no. It's practical, realistic, and grounded, right? So all of these things are buzzwords this month. And if you're the sort of person that's usually like, yeah, you know, I'll just see how it goes, you might struggle this month, especially because the external world is going to demand more specificity from you. All right, so it's determined, disciplined, and dedicated. And it's interesting that those words come up with the 4 energy, because the letter D corresponds to the number 4. So, right, it makes sense. Discipline, determination, you know, dedication, all of these things. It's also a number that provides the energy of drudgery, honesty, and integrity. There's nowhere to hide with a number 4. It's just like a square, right? You know, if one line is kind of bowed or a little bit out, or, you know, goes off at an angle, it's no longer a square. That's why when you think about the energy of the number 4, it's precise. You know, it's precise, it's specific. And this month you have to be those things with yourself and with any of your endeavors. So the questions that you need to ask yourself: are your plans solid? Are you organized? Do you know where everything goes, where it belongs? Do you have a good idea of what the end goal or result actually looks like for you? Do they have weight, or are they pie in the sky? And this vibration is going to highlight that to you this month. So basically buckle up. It's not a bad month. There's no such thing as that kind of energy. It's not whether it's good or bad. It's about how you utilize it and how you internalize and then externalize that information or that energy. So yes, it's going to depend on your life path number, how you approach this. It will depend on your upbringing, your growth, your mindset. It's going to depend on your astrology. It's going to depend on all of these things. But when you think about each one of these systems, tarot, astrology, numerology, you know, energy work, like, they're all slices of what make up the whole you. And so each one of these pieces of information that I give you is giving you a different insight into how things are going to affect you specifically. All right, so with that said, let's get into your personal life path messages. Take care, and I'll see you in a moment. You wonderful life path 8 person. So if you are a life path 8, you've already got a fair amount in common with the number 4, right? That determined, disciplined energy where it's like, you know what, I will not receive, I will succeed regardless to the circumstances that befall me on the outside, right? This is great. You've got a lot in common with this number, and because you understand that results produced from hard work and hard effort are long lasting, you could use this energy to your best advantage more than most of the other numbers. I think this month the people that are really going to excel will probably be the life path 4 people, life path 7 and life path 8. I think they have the better end of the deal this month. Use this energy this month to cross the T's, dot the I's, to get things done, and also to maybe enjoy some of the fruits of your labor, like the things that you've worked hard for. So this is a good month to inject some of your own natural flair and eccentricity into everything that you do, right? You've got to be bold, you've got to be brave, you've got to go after what you want. Network your freaking arse off this month. You hit up your network, check in with your people. If you have an idea that you think, oh, you know, that's a bit big, or it's a bit bold, or you know, it's a bit out there, so bloody what, go for it. This is the time. There is no time like the present, right? So use that to your advantage, absolutely. Another thing as well that's going to be key for you is handing things over to people. Be a good leader, but be a good leader by delegating, right? If you try to do everything yourself, you're in your ego. Trust me, I've had this life lesson this whole year, the same as last year, learning to delegate, learning to hand things over, and oh, but it's my baby, and do you know what I mean? Like, it's been vital for me for growing my business and to really allow me to do more of what I actually love, right? So this month, use that to your best advantage. In love, when it comes to relationships, this should be fun. You should find new ways of doing old things. So if if date night is always the same thing, switch it up this month. Do something different. What do you need and desire more of in your relationship? Talk to your partner about this stuff. You might find that they're open to new things, to trying new things. You might you might consider this month as well that they want to go somewhere new if you're able to get out and about wherever you are in the world. One of the things as well, it might be for those of you that are newly seeing someone, this would be a perfect month to introduce your significant other to the family, to the friends, to cross the networks in some way. If you're looking to connect with someone this month, you might start in your friendship group, socializing, going out with people. If a friend suggests somebody that they think of, you know, as being a potential partner for you, let your people set you up this month. You could get a lot from it. Connecting to new people and going to new places will be really important if you do want to meet someone this month. For your money more fun means more money spent, right? So this month could be a little bit free and fancy with the spending, but that's a good thing. This could also be a month where you're just enjoying the fruits of your labor. If you've saved a packet, you can use a little bit of that money to have fun and to enjoy the hard work that you've put in. Another thing for this month as well, connection is what actually makes the world go round. Spending money on anything where you're having new experiences that connect you to more people is worth the money this month. What else? As for all else, be prepared to prioritize and socialize to have more fun. When it comes to work, it's not always about what you know or how hard you work. Sometimes it's actually about who you know and who you connect to. Networking, reaching out, connecting to different people, cross-department connections could be really valuable for you this month. What else? A little bit of nepotism goes a very long way this month. I don't usually agree with it, but with these kinds of energies, you're in a really good space to do so. Maybe hit up the network and get your friend to do you that favor, or to put in that good word for you, or do that for somebody. Maybe you could be doing that for someone. So use that this month. All right, best steps for this month ahead. The best steps: socialize, have more fun, enjoy what you're doing. This is definitely a month where you should be communicating more, trying to have more fun, or insert more fun into it. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, hang on, isn't this a 4 month? Yes, it absolutely is. But the way that energy interacts with yours, it changes the vibe. All right, so just consider some of the things that I'm talking about. Don't force anything. One thing that I would consider this month as well is get into the idea that you can love what you do. And that crossover is really important, that you can enjoy your work, that you can love what you do, so important. And then your warning for this month: overspending, overdoing it, burning the candle at both ends could be a big challenge for you this month. And I advise against it because your body could really feel the brunt of it. It could also be a month where you just want to experience anything and anything that brings you down or that is too stuffy or too rigid, which is the energy of 4, unfortunately, you could be somewhat clashing with. And you might find where you feel like speeding up, everybody else around you feels like slowing down. Find a way to balance that. All right, knowing when to accelerate and when to brake is going to be important. So your new moon and full moon messages this month are, okay, these two seem to want out. So your new moon message is the gate 2 and direct. So the new moon is really trying to highlight to you where, if it's not real, it's probably not worth your time, right? Really, really important. For the full moon message, you've got the gate 22 and grace. The full moon is going to ask you to take that idea that you have, to dream big, to go after it, and to create it because you love it. This is akin to being the change that you want to see in the world, being the person that you needed when you were a teenager. All of that kind of stuff, highly favored with this full moon. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments. Do you love it? Do you loathe it? How does it speak to you? With that said, take care and I'll speak to you soon.